Yo, what up, guys? It's Kevin. We are back again with another video. This one's going to be about Shadow Knight Plane of Power Best in Slot Gear. Thanks to your bringer for allowing me to use your Shadow Knight to showcase for this video. And also, if this was helpful, please like the video. And also, please subscribe. So Shadow Knights actually have a lot of different builds they can do for gear choices in Planes of Power. And a lot of this rotates around like flowing thought issues. You're going to have like a lack of mana regen from items. So just pick what's best for you. I'm just going to provide some different options and just give a short, brief opinion on each one. So for earring, this is going to be the slot where you have the most options. So you can get any of these 5 earrings. You have Hoop of the Enlightened. And this will be your best option here for mana regen. None of the other rings will have mana regen on it, but this one will. The second choice you have is Silver Hoop of Speed. This is from Corporal, and this will give you 5% over haste. It's also going to give you 4 heroic dex, which will help your proc rate a little bit, but it's not really a priority for Shadow Knights. But it does have the most stats out of all these choices, but it will probably cost you the most within your guild because it's a highly sought after item by a lot of different melee classes. Another option you have here is Earring of Temporal Solstice. This is probably the least desirable of the 5, but it is a still good item. The thing that's nice about this is there's not very many high demand classes on this, so you can potentially buy this pretty cheap within your guild. And it also has reduced mana cost of long-term detrimental spells by 30%, so it's going to lower your mana cost of your dots by quite a bit. A fourth option you have is Earring of Celestial Energy. This is one of the more solid choices. This does have a clicky that gives you $20 resist, and it just has middle of the road good stats between all of these. And you can't go wrong with that one. And your last choice is going to be Earring of Corporal Essence, and this has a haste on it, which is unique for an earring. And it also has pretty good AC on it. 25 AC is decent. But basically with any of these choices, you can't go wrong. Now let's get them up all here on the screen really quick. And if you need to pause the video, you can see all the differences. And I have them on the website as well. Okay, so now we can get through a couple of these a little bit quicker. For the Helm, you have Helm of Flowing Time. This is just going to be easily the best choice for a hat. It also has 40% haste. For the mask, again, you have 2 options. You can get this Face Guard of Frenzy, which has a lot of AC on it. And your second choice is going to be Visor of the Berserker. This also has a good amount of AC on it. Really, just pick whichever one you want or whichever you can get for cheaper. Both, they're pretty similar. It doesn't really matter which one you get, in my opinion. The mods are a little different. One has reduced cast time of beneficial spells by 30%. You know, these are just both really close, so either one's fine here. So next we got the breastplate, Grimoire's Guard of the Plagues. This is just the elemental mold that drops in Plane of Time. Is really your only choice here. It gives you 2 heroic stamina and has a little disease direct damage mod on it, which isn't really too helpful. For the necklace, we have Necklace of Eternal Visions. This will give you another 2 heroic stamina. For arms, we have Arm Guards of the Brute. This is going to be your favorite item, and it also will give you 4 heroic int. For the cloak, we have 2 options. Option number 1 is Shroud of Eternity from Corporal. This will give you 4 heroic strength, 4 heroic stamina. Option number 2, Platinum Cloak of War. This will give you 3 heroic agility. Has a little bit more AC on it. Either one of these is a win, so just pick whichever one works for you. For the belt, we also have 2 options. We have Girdle of Stability, which will give you 4 heroic stamina. And a slightly better option is going to be Cord of Temporal Weavings from Corporal. This will give you 7 heroic agility on it. That's a lot. It also has 45% haste, and the stats overall are slightly better. I personally would rather have this item, but just get what you can afford. For shoulders, we have Pauldrons of Devastation. It's going to be the best here. For the bracers, again, we have a couple different options. The options here make a difference because You'll notice this wristband of Echo Thoughts has 5 mana regen on it. So if you want to go the mana regen route, you can get this. If you don't want to go the mana regen route and you want some extra stamina, depending on how you're gearing, maybe you need the extra stamina, you can get Bracer of Precision for the other one. So it'll give you 4 heroic stamina. And the other bracer is going to be, this is definitely going to be one you want to get, Earthen Bracer of Fortitude. This also has 4 heroic stamina on it. This one's from Corm, so it's probably going to cost you some. There's probably going to be some competition on either of these stamina items. So just be ready for that. For the legs, we have Greaves of Furious Might. This will give you 4 heroic stamina. For the gloves, we have Gloves of Airy Mists. These have 7 heroic agility on them. And these can be expensive, so if you can't afford these, you don't have enough DKP or whatever, you can also get Garlands of Disruption from the Phase 2 trials. This has 4 heroic agility on it, so that's a good backup alternative. For the boots, we have Boots of Despair. These have 4 heroic stamina, and they also have a 10% taunt mod on them, which is nice. So for rings, you have a few different options. Your BIS ring is going to be this one, Timestone Adorned Ring, and the reason it's BIS is because it has 4 heroic agility. The options for the other rings are Band of Primordial Energy, which has an AC clicky, and Prismatic Ring of Resistance, which has an AC and a resist clicky on it, and it also gives you 5 heroic. So this will probably be your other BIS ring. But you can get Band of Primordial Energy as well. And there's also some rings from some of the lower tier phases of Plane of Time. If you want to pick those up, you can get those, but these are the top 3 right here. For the weapon and the shield, for the weapon we have Cudgel of Venomous Hatred. This is just the Shadow Knight only weapon. This is your BIS. It's got 4 heroic agility on it and a really nice knight ratio on it, 1.6 ratio. And the shield of Strife, this is the best tanking shield in the game for Planes of Power. It has 3 heroic stamina. This is a no-brainer here. So now we'll look at the ranged, and the range, again, you have 2 options. He's got Symbol of the Plane Masters. I would prefer Globe of Mystical Protection here because it has mana regen on it. But you can go with either one of these. The Globe's got agility. The Plane Masters has stamina. So those are the differences. And lastly, we have the Shadow Knight Charm for your charm slot. This is what the stats are going to be maxed out. You got about 20 AC, 90 health, and 80 mana. So we'll just go over the stats really quick. Your actual heroic stats are going to vary greatly depending on which items you choose out of this list. But in this particular build, we have 31 heroic stamina, 11 heroic agility, and even a little bit of heroic dex here. We got 7 there. Your health and mana will probably be in the ballpark of maybe 9,800, give or take 100 health, maybe 200 health, and give around 8,400 mana. And just make sure you keep your Floating Thought in mind as well. This character has 15 standing up. You might have something a little bit different. But if this was helpful, please like the video and please subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content. All right, thanks guys. Bye.